The work that I do with my clients in intensive counseling, 2 weeks at a time, 3 hours a day, mostly with pastors, Christian leaders, and then folks that are entrepreneurs and CEOs that kind of want to bypass years of therapy and really go deep in a short amount of time.
Right.
They're oftentimes lacking a language for developing their internal world, their interior life. And they're oftentimes burned out on the old language that they were given because that didn't help them close this gap between what they were told the Christian life would be and then what it actually became, whether addictions like workaholism or sex addiction or substances or gambling or spending, or whether anger or simply the inability to connect emotionally and intimately. And in many cases, what I saw was this, what I came to call the delta. Delta is the Greek letter used in science and medicine
Yes, yes.
for the gap. And so every Christian is constantly thinking about this sense of, well, here's what I believe, but here's what I experienced. Here's what I was told would happen, and here's what's really happened. And I've given that gap the name delta because of that scientific gap, but also the word delta, if we think about a river like the delta of the Mississippi, is
Mm,
that it doesn't represent the space, but it represents the coming together of two separate things, fresh water or brackish water mixed into salt water. And those
mm.
two seemingly distinct things become something altogether new. And I think that's a picture theologically of how the kingdom of God works, that our brokenness, rather than it having to be a barrier that keeps that gap so wide, our brokenness can actually become a bridge to the life that we long to experience, not through trying harder, not by doing more for God or returning to, more prayer and Bible study, but by learning to be attentive to our interior life and learning to